I get it turned on real quick. Hey, what's up? Davenport, Iowa of comedy. Thanks for coming out. I will be your host for the evening, JT Cage, like Nicolas Cage's step cousin. All right. Well, how are we doing all tonight? It's Sunday. That's the first day of the week, I guess. Fun fact, it took me like 23 years before I found that out. I thought Sunday was the seventh day for a really long ass time until just a couple months ago. I got the education that I needed. You guys can tell just by looking at me. I wear glasses, everybody. I wear glasses. I think wearing glasses is a lot like wearing pants. Take them off, somebody goes blind. Got him. All right. You guys, I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression of me on stage. I know I look like Shaggy and Where's Waldo's love child. Anybody? And that gets me thinking, guys. This is $1 million idea right here. This will make so much money. Where's Waldo, the movie? But you make the movie about somebody entirely different than Waldo. Because the whole time you watch the movie, you're like, where the hell is Waldo, guys? I can't find him. And you said the movie's not going to be like the book. You were wrong. I will say this. I think we need to be a little bit more creative with like punishments and stuff. Because whenever you're at a movie and when you have like crying kids in the movie theater, because here's the thing, there's a story for like everything, right? You've got like you've got Santa Claus, you've got the Tooth Fairy, you've got the Easter Bunny. I think whenever kids are just being disruptive in a movie theater, if they're like being like really naughty, like just not like listening to you in a movie theater, like we need a way to keep the kids from talking and yapping during the movie theater. There should be like a movie monster, guys. Like here, listen. It's like, Junior, you can't talk during the movie, or else the scary monster man, he'll take you away from the movie. He'll make you read the book instead. That's terrifying, right? You don't get 3D glasses, you get reading glasses. Read this shit, kids. Read that. It's an open mic for me too, guys. It's an open mic for me too. A lot of this is going to be new material. Everybody. All right, I will say this one. A really, really bad job that you're working. I'm sure you guys have probably worked crappy jobs in the past. A really bad job is kind of like a really bad public restroom. Because in both situations, like you really don't want to find yourself here. And then, number two, sometimes you have to clean up somebody else's mess before you can even do you. You can take care of your own stuff. And number three, you kind of don't want your parents to know you take money here. You kind of don't want them. Okay. You guys think bird watching was invented by perverts who needed an alibi? It's like, dude, you got binoculars and you're looking at red-footed boobies. I'm calling your bluff, man. This is bullshit. I think you're up to something here. Okay, all right, here's something for you. Whenever you have guards watching the security footage, like all the security camera stuff, I bet you there's at least a small percentage of guards that are watching the footage and go, it's like, oh shit, there's a major crime happening. They're just like, oh shit, but actually this looks kind of interesting. I mean, I can't just stop it without knowing what I'm getting into first. This is I'm invested in this. What is he using? Is that baseball bat made in China? I need to know. I need to know before I take on these people. That's my take on security guards. Okay. You guys, so So for heaven and hell, you're supposed to meet God and the devil, but I don't really see a lot of people talking about who you meet when you're in purgatory. Like I don't see that brought up a lot. So here's my pitch for you guys. Here's my pitch for who you talk to in purgatory. I think it should be just some stoner guy, and be like, well, what do you mean? Like what? Yeah, I guess it's a purgatory. I don't know. Heaven or hell, I don't know where those two are. It might be that way. They might just a really unsure stoner is my pitch. It might have been better if I had more weed before this. That's most of my new material for the nights. Guys, let's keep this comedy show rolling. We're gonna bring on some more comedians for the nights. On deck, we got Mr. Nathan Kuhn, but come to the stage right now. Please make some noise. Ben Woodfield, everybody. Ben Woodfield.
What's going on, Village Theater? This mic is wet. This is gross. Hey, thank you guys for coming out. Big shout out to the Village Theater. Thank you for giving me a reason to drink on a Sunday night. I had plenty beforehand, but I love another. Today I went to my family reunion. I gotta say, not a great place to meet women. It just strikes me as so odd that European nobility essentially used to treat those as like a speed dating round. And I'm just surrounded by like my second, third cousins, people who I only see once a year, eating their buffalo chicken dip. I'm sorry, their god-awful buffalo chicken dip. And I think to myself, God damn, you can't cook worth a shit. And this is the only time I've ever said this, only time I've ever thought this about my cousin. But I hope she can suck a mean dick. Otherwise, she's never getting married. She will be an old spinster. Old spinster. I only have one cousin who's a spinster right now, but she's 19. So she's a little past her prime, if you ask Austin over there. So I'm a screenwriter. I've been working on a short film. And I'll give it away because it'll never get made. But basically this guy, young man, he's older now, but as a young man, he killed his best friend because he wanted to date the girl his friend was dating. He drowned him in a lake. I've come to realize about myself is I might be a bit of a psychopath. I'm not really sure. I do have empathy. It's just I have to force myself to have empathy. Where it's hard for me to put myself in other people's shoes. Like, I can't live vicariously through people. It doesn't work like that. I guess what I'm really trying to confess right now is I watch a lot of lesbian porn. I don't like seeing a guy having more fun than me. I don't see what's enjoyable about that whatsoever. Shout out to the guy in the Star Wars hat. Give it up for yourself. You know George Lucas based the Rebel Alliance off the Viet Cong? You read that? Of course you did. You're wearing a Star Wars hat out. I mean, come on, dude. Keep that shit in the closet. I think if you're a nerd, it should be like being gay in like the 50s. Just keep that shit in the closet. Don't let anybody know about it. If you're gay, by all means, let us know. Like, seriously. Dating life's going pretty bad right now. I'm like 5 more rejections away from trying a dude. What? No one? All right. I'll scratch that one. I'll shoot ice into the microphone obnoxiously if that's what you want instead. You know, I'm actually getting pretty tired of stand-up comedy. I'm thinking about transitioning into sit-down tragedy. You know, men say they can't find a good woman. Women say they can't find a good man. Personally, I can't find a good reason to get up in the morning. There's this new social app called Be Real, where they give you 5 minutes to take a photo of what you're doing to showcase your real life. And I have no interest in this app. Personally, be real, I don't want to be alive. My refrigerator quit running. My dog ran away. I had Taco Bell for dinner, and now I have the runs. You guys didn't appreciate how genius that whole bit was. I'm a little offended right now. You fucking Philistines. You proletariat. How are we supposed to rise up and show the bourgeoisie that we're better if you can't appreciate fine art? But don't take my word, I'm drinking on a Sunday night. I can do that because I'm unemployed. Woo. Thank you. Anybody been on Twitter seeing like that unemployed friend at 2 p.m. in the afternoon on a Monday? Cool, we're all on Facebook, great. I fucking love this right now. I'm glad no one's kept up with the times. But if you ever see that, when it gets to you guys in like 2 years on Facebook, the unemployed friend at 2 p.m. who's also on Facebook, just know it is me. I am riding a horse at 2 p.m. on a Monday. I know, poor horse, right? Make the fat joke now. Someone called me Andrew Dice Cake the other day. I've been called Unfortunate Feemster. Fortune Feemster is a funny comedian. I guess you guys don't support women. How was I supposed to know? JT, are you timing me right now? Like, this has been going on for a while. Okay, I'll keep going. Everyone in the room's so happy you're letting me continue this, by the way. I hope you can feel that right now.
We love tragedies.
You love what?
Tragedies.
Tragedies! Oh, well, I'm full of them. Speaking of tragedies, you hear Kanye West got kicked out off Twitter because he's going to war with Jewish people? And I know what you all are thinking right now. Is Pete Davidson Jewish? And the answer is complicated. Because think about it. This is a man who has dated Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, Cindy Crawford's daughter. If he's not one of God's chosen people, who among us is? Not me. And his father was predominantly Jewish. Okay, again, his dad died as a firefighter on 9/11. That's why I had to correct the is to was. Were we all aware of that before? Yes. I know you are, 9/11 truther. We all know what really happened. We all know it was all an elaborate ruse by George Bush to finally take down Michael Myers. It's fine, okay? Nothing else was going to stop this guy. Halloween had to end. But his mom's not Jewish. Pete Davidson's mother is not Jewish. And if you look at Judaism, a lot of Orthodox Hasidic people will tell you that your Jewishness is inherited through your mother. They're big on the concept of the Hebrew womb. But he's got a career in stand-up comedy. He's a comedian. He works on Saturday Night Live. So is he Jewish? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. And I can say that because I'm circumcised. All right. Well, guys, this has been really fun. My name's Ben Woodfield. You guys didn't laugh as hard as I wanted you to, so I'm stealing your catalytic converters. That's where I'm going to go. I'm just playing with y'all. I'll fuck your girlfriend. Good night.
Ben Woodfield, everybody. Ben Woodfield. We'll keep this show moving. On deck, we got Tori House. Coming up to the stage right now, please make some noise, Mr. Nathan Kuhn himself.
Woo! You know what I miss? You know what I miss? I miss crazy Eminem. You know? Don't you, Austin? Like, I miss the motherfucker who hated his own fucking mother and fucked over the actual mother of his fucking kids. Did the real Slim Shady at the Grammys by walking in with 50 dudes, like, dressed like him, walk, talk, and act like him. Just might be the next best thing, but not quite him. And then there was talk of him being anti-gay all the time because, you know, he used that word, Ken. And instead of offering a public apology or groveling like a sniveling bitch and asking for forgiveness, instead he just performed Stan, easily one of his top tracks, with Elton John at another Grammy show. Because, you know, that's a good way to say fuck you. I'll hang out with him. You know, Elton John, who is perhaps the most famous, most gay human being in existence, at least since Alexander the Great died. I honestly think if you look up gay in the dictionary, Elton John sneaks up behind you and fucks you in the ass. And gay jokes, that's something you gotta deal with as a straight guy with a bunch of friends, unfortunately. And there's a common trope of making fun of straight dudes who don't want to be seen as gay. Like, what, you denying something? You got something to hide? Like, nah, yeah, I'll hide my dick in your mom, you fucking asshole. I'm not afraid that if you start calling me gay, I'm going to be thinking about it all the time and, you know, try to taste a cock, or I hear one too many docking jokes and I won't be able to resist the advances of some big burly bear. The reason straight guys get bothered when they're confused for gay guys is we're the only sexual cohort where that perception actually hurts our chances of getting laid. Like, for everybody else, it seems like a bonus. I mean, obviously lesbians and gay guys don't care, and if, you know, they get confused for being straight, it doesn't really bother them. And if straight guys, if they hear that a girl has had sex with another girl, they think, shit, she might be into a threesome. And if a girl hears that a guy's had sex with another guy, she thinks, shit, he might be gay. It's not exactly an even exchange. This one's for the guys. Hey guys, don't you wish you had a spill-proof lip and cap on your penis like the end of a laundry detergent bottle? That'd be great, wouldn't it? Like, no more worries at the urinal. Just unscrew, take a piss, screw it back on. No more sneaky dribbles to worry about. I think the fact that we don't have them, I consider to be evidence against intelligent design. And guys, you ever play this game? You ever try to drop your belly button lint directly onto your piss stream? It's like three-dimensional Plinko with no pegs. But there's a rule. Once you drop it, you can't do any aiming. You know, you gotta let the fate handle that one. And here's one for the ladies. Don't you wish you had a penis? No, you definitely don't. For the few times you actually get to use it for anything fun, all the bullshit it puts you through the rest of the time is not worth it at all. Like, if you didn't have a dick, you might actually be able to be genuine friends with women. Like, and I know that's a common complaint from girls too, like, can't tell if this guy actually likes me or if he just wants to fuck. And you know what? Neither can he. So, cut him a little slack. It's fucking torturous. I'm not downplaying the fact that it must suck to deal with all the creeps of the world. Hell, I've been one, and I continue to be one sometimes, and these aren't exactly my proudest moments. But you guys, and by you guys I mean you ladies, at least know whether you like a guy or not. That must be so convenient. Like, guys out there, wouldn't it be awesome to tell whether or not you're attracted to a girl for something other than her being attractive? I figured out a workaround for that, fellas. I'll share it. If you're not sure whether or not you like a girl, beat off to her. And if you feel bad about it afterwards, congrats, you like her. If you can't even bring yourself to beating off, shit, you might be in love. Like, no, this one's different. You're not going to soil your connection to this girl the way you treated all those other sluts. You know how some people have breathalyzers in their cars? I think cell phones ought to have a receptacle you can dump a load in before you text a girl. It'd save a lot of bullshit. This is only something that happens once every 4 mics for me. Oh, yeah. One of my friends got married about 5 years ago, and so he picked a couple buddies and me to be his bridesmaids. And I think he made the right choice, because damned if we didn't look cute as fuck. But in getting ready for this, we had to obviously go get suits and had to get sized up. And you know, I, believe it or not, am not used to wearing suits, and only recently discovered the concept of properly fitted clothes. So I thought that this was going to be kind of an interesting experience for me. But as it turns out, in getting sized up, my measurements were so standard and textbook, no alterations were needed. So I guess, ladies, if you're looking for a guy who'd make an ideal mannequin, I'm your pick. There's no tone whatsoever, just a body. Like, you're not getting gypped. There is still a body. And I know that that's also a term that's not super popular, gypped. But look, I don't even know that gypsies actually exist. I mean, maybe they did at one point, like a long time ago, like unicorns, but they also missed the roll call for Noah's Ark. And that's another confusing point for me. Like, do we really need to keep calling it Noah's Ark? Is that a modifier we need? Are there that many other people who have arks that we should need to distinguish between Noah's Ark, Kareem's Ark, Aunt Judy's Ark? Like, well, the owner of a 75-cubit ark, please come to the main desk. Your headlights are on. Oh, sorry, they're telling me now it's actually about 50 cubits long. And now I'm done with my arc tangent, which is more of a math gag than anything else. It's not that good of a joke, but I thought it was worth a chuckle. Apparently they did too. I'll leave you on this note. One of the things that obviously as a comic or even as a young guy I sort of felt was I realized that I have a lot of selfish impulses, and everything's about me and what I want. So I thought it might be time to start giving back to the community. So I've actually started organizing a few charities because, I've got some free time. And my first charity is going to be called Tits for Tots, breast implants for babies, which is pretty awesome. I mean, have you ever seen a baby with knockers? It's pretty cool. Like, they're pretty good at a party, like a pool party. You don't have to worry about them drowning. They've got a pair of life preservers sewn onto the front. And plus, shouldn't have any trouble finding a babysitter. Hell, I'd watch your baby if it was stacked. I mean, you don't have to worry about me touching the kid or anything, but I will keep an eye on it. Another one of my charities is going to be called Tits for Tats, where we go get revenge on people who have wronged you. It's not as funny, but it's an important cause. And the third one is obviously Tats for Tots, which is where we give babies sick tattoos. Nothing better than an inked up infant. But I think all of those sort of pale in comparison to the thing I'm really pouring all my heart and my soul into. Tits for Tats, for Tots, with tats and tits. And I'll tell you, those babies are fucked up. Right? You got a 2-year-old with a tramp stamp and a pair of bolt-ons telling you she wants you to bitch slap her sandbox buddy, you better do it. I'm out of here, guys.
Nathan Kuhn, everybody. Nathan Kuhn. Nathan talked about being selfish. There's that saying that goes, no unselfish deed is like unselfish, because like you still feel good while you do that, kind thing for somebody. You still feel that, so like it's still selfish in a way. Like you still get a benefit out of the way. Well, here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna disprove that for you. Because I once accidentally lost a $20 scratch-off lottery ticket, and if somebody got that from me, then that's a kind act right there. I feel fucking awful about it. I don't feel good whatsoever. That might just be the most unselfish act that there is. Brought to you by JT Cage. Fucking got him. All right. We're going to keep this comedy train rolling, everybody. On deck, we got Mr. Austin Ingalls. Coming up to the stage right now, Tori House, everybody. Tori House.
Keep it going for JT Cage, guys. So I am currently unemployed and getting ready to go back to school. Thank you. More importantly, I'm getting ready to go back to law school. So I'm studying for my LSATs. And so during the day, I'm supposed to be looking for a job. I'm supposed to be studying my logic games and stuff, but instead I've kind of found more that I've been tending to watching YouTube videos about conspiracy theories, especially like Dark History and Blame It on Jorge, 2 of the best, check them out. And then also looking up recipes, really like baking. And at one point, late one night, these 2 hobbies, interests, Google rabbit holes I've fallen down, like converged on each other. when I started to notice an abundance of historical recipes using gelatin. There's so many, like in the 1960s, it was all about, hey, do you have a bunch of peas and ham salad? Throw it in a Jell-O mold. Hey, you want to make those deviled eggs look really cute on top of some Spam? Put it in some gelatin. And there's multiple recipes for each and every one. Like, why did you even need one recipe for that, let alone 20? And so, deep diving conspiracy brain started to turn on, and I started thinking, why? Why are there so many gelatin recipes? And why do they all seem to circumvent around the 1960s? And I think to myself, well, gelatin is made out of horses. And I look it up, and technically that's not true. Gelatin is made out of bones, but not horses' bones. But that's what they want you to think. They want you to think that that's an old wives' tale, but I'm going to tell you what the U.S. Army is not telling us. If you look in the history books, in 1942, that was the last documented use of horses in the cavalry. And if you know anything about 1942, that was right about the time when the United States entered World War II, which means that the military has a process called stop loss, which prevents you from being able to end your enlistment during active engagement. So, all these cavalry horses, they can't get out of the military, they get stop lost. They're not being used actively in World War II. As we know, they didn't have giant cavalry charges at the Battle of the Bulge. It was too cold. So we finally get done with World War II, and they have all these horses that are now being let out of the military, and they're old, and they probably have a lot of, PTSD going on. I mean, they're vets. And so what are they going to do with them? Mass euthanasia. Yeah, so now they have hundreds of dead horses, and what are they going to do with them? Grind them up and then start marketing gelatin recipes to the housewives of the United States of America until all that gelatin's gone, because it stopped real suddenly. All of a sudden, we were super not into gelatin mold salads anymore. One of my other hobbies that I like to do when I should be studying for my LSATs is to watch Boston Dynamics stress test videos, which Boston Dynamics is a robot lab out on the East Coast. They specialize in U.S. defense program robots. They also make the really cute ones that pick up the FedEx boxes, but they're really neat. They have the dogs and everything like that. And the stress tests are when they are going through training the robot to, pick up a box when it gets knocked out. And it really is just people brutalizing robots. There's one, my particular favorite is there is this little running dog, and it is very cute. I really highly recommend looking up the Boston Dynamic robot dog. But he runs around the corner, and one of the engineers is just standing behind a door and throws it open, and the dog just runs straight into it and slams backwards into the wall, and then is robot kicking and screaming like a robot cockroach, and then it rights itself, and then it just keeps going on its way. There's another one with one of the more humanoid robots where they just shoot it a whole bunch of times and it falls over and just keeps coming up, and it's like, no, I'm here to help. I have a package for you. But I like my conspiracies. And because of this, and because I have seen Matrix, I am always very careful to be very kind to my Alexa smart speakers. I don't curse at her. I say please and thank you all the time. Whenever Schitt's Creek accidentally triggers her and she gets cursed at by David, and she says, I don't appreciate that kind of language, I'm like, I'm sorry. Because I know there's a log. And I know they're watching. And I know that when the robot overlords rise and take over, they're going to look at those logs. And you better believe everybody who verbally abused their Alexas or their Google Homes are going to end up as straight up goo batteries in the underworld. And I'd like to think that I wouldn't be that. But I think watching my robot abuse porn videos might just get me sent down to goo battery level. I'm Tori House, thank you and good night.
Tori House, everybody. Tory House. We'll keep this comedy show rolling. All right. On deck we got Mr. Jake McDowell coming up to the stage right now. Please make some noise. Austin Ingalls, everybody. Austin Ingalls.
Give it over JT Cage, everybody. God damn, the mic is wet. What the? What are you doing to the mic? Me either. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting live local comedy. We really appreciate it. Give yourselves a hand one more time. Or not, whatever. Kanye West, where'd Ben go? Ben was talking about Kanye West. Kanye West wore a White Lives Matter shirt. I don't know if you guys saw that. I know there's a couple of supremacists out there that were like, you know what? College Dropout is a good album. That strike a nerve for some of you out there. Any Crumble Cookie fans in the crowd? It fucking looks like it. Fucking Patrick Mahomes up here. And then we got Pablo, Job of the Gut. Sorry, Ben, fuck you. You know what? You owe me $50. You deserve that. You deserve that shot. Crumble is the perfect name and metaphor for those fucking cookies because as you stuff your face with Crumble cookies, your health and self-esteem along with your bank account will just crumble to pieces. I just stumbled over that joke like a fucking clown. Subway's new Russell Wilson sandwich was accompanied by a commercial with a crazy serial killer vibe, and it's fucking disturbing. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I don't know what leaves a worse taste in your mouth, their $12 footlongs or their track record with creepy salesmen. When the Broncos trade Wilson, he's going to be waving his jersey around the stadium like Jared Fogle holding up those fat pants. That hit strike a nerve out in the crowd. Guys who write their lifting numbers in their little notebook, it's so inspiring. You know what I'm talking about, how they track their numbers. It shows their progress, and the most important part about writing their numbers in that little notebook is they're never going to have to write a girl's phone number in that notebook. They can pinpoint how many macros they've eaten in a day, but they can't pinpoint where the clit is. Women love to keep secrets from men. If women really wanted to keep secrets from men, they'd just put them in the clit. We'll never find them there. That was my favorite part about watching Harry Potter growing up, was learning the magic of finding the clit. It's my all-time favorite spell, Clitoris Discoverus. Rest in peace, Hagrid. That was genuine. Rest in fucking pussy. We have cars that drive themselves and are on the cusp of robots doing everything for us. Why are bathroom stalls still so exposed? I hate sitting less than a foot away from a stranger with his bare ass out. I don't know what stall doors and walls are made of because I'm obviously dumb enough to shit in one, but I shouldn't have to hear another grown man fighting for his life because it was Taco Tuesday last night. I have an addictive personality. I'm sure most people in this field do. But anytime I think I'm abusing something too much, I just keep an eye on it. That's all you can really do. Just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it like you keep an eye on someone that gets too excited when Radioactive by Imagine Dragons comes on. You guys like that fucking stupid song or something? Fuck. It's funny when like when we tell people in the crowd to shut the fuck up when we're like on stage and they're talking because we were the ones that were having the teachers tell us to shut the fuck up. It's like coming full circle, like your uncle's touching you and you touching your nephew now. This girl at work overheard us talking about another coworker, the best part about work in my opinion. And she overheard our conversation. She said to us, you know what? My mom said loose lips sink ships. Well, your mom cheated on your dad, so her loose lips sunk the relationship. I want to come clean. Living alone, I've experienced a lot of highs and lows, mostly lows. I've had 16 cents in my bank account when payday finally rolled around. And I want to be the first to tell you guys, don't be afraid to reach out to your friends. You never know how far $20 could go for someone. And hey man, $20 may be like $15 in this economy with inflation, but when you're blowing your buddy, you better make that $15 count. You guys know what I'm talking about over here? This table? No. How you guys doing, by the way? We appreciate you guys coming out.
We'll explain it to them later.
Are you coming up here? Nice. Well, I'm fucked now. He gets to go on after me and... Oh, fuck. What's your story, man? Let me know. I want to hear about it. Okay. Well, I want to fucking make a joke about it, but I can't. Don't be ashamed of your shitty apartment because somewhere out there, there's someone living in a van that they're proud of. And if a girl has to choose between coming home to your shitty apartment or that van, just bring up that your shitty bathroom in your apartment, and that trumps any Pimp My Ride accessories that that van might have. It sucks when I'm watching porn and my buddies are sending group chats on Snapchat. I keep having to avoid their little emojis until I finally just give in and see which friend's emoji makes me come faster. Can you guys relate to that? I'm going to make you crack at one point. It's going to be glorious. I accomplished a feat the other day that I'm pretty proud of, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I successfully climaxed at the exact frame that I wanted to while watching porn the other day, and that rarely happens, yeah. Yeah. I was so proud of myself, I thought, what's better than this? How can life get any better? Then as I quickly could think of the answer, shame set in, and I quickly realized having sex with a female would be better. One of my exes was obsessed with Halloween and spooky season. She always said she was a witch. She said she was a witch and believed in all that witchcraft shit. I wanted to believe her, but our kitchen was always dirty. So for being a witch, she sure didn't know how to work a broom. That could be an innuendo, too, about her sucking in bed, but that woman knew her way around a flesh broom. She's taken down more wood than deforestation. All right, how you doing? Thank you. You're the only one, I guess. Believe it or not, that did get a laugh at Mike before, so you guys are just prudes. I never understood how my ex could say a song was her favorite song, but she barely knew the words. Then she'd have the audacity to say I had trouble listening. She said I never listened to her, but always got mad when I knew the lyrics to rap songs. To be fair, babe, you don't have the flow of Biggie or Tupac. And I wish you could switch places with him. Is she here or something? What? Fuck. McDonald's is finally offering adult Happy Meals, and if they're not coming with Plan B, condoms, or blue Gatorade, what's the point? Better throw in some weed there, too, because I need to be stoned beyond comprehension if I'm going to feel good about telling another grown adult that I need an adult Happy Meal. I love nature and hiking as much as the next person, but after seeing everyone go crazy with hiking and all these hiking pictures and what they wear to hike in, I've come to the conclusion that everyone's favorite part about hiking is a stupid fucking selfie. And I hope you remembered your trail mix to go with your sick selfie stick. The higher you hold that selfie stick, the higher I hope the elevation is when you plummet to your death. Yeah, fuck you. I tried to start a TikTok, shameless plug, but I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate it because every video I post gets banned on there. You'd think the same app that loves dancing naked teens would love my pedophilia bits. You'd think my pedophile bits would snuggle right into the algorithm like I want to snuggle with those dancing naked teens. The Parkland shooter just avoided the death penalty because America. He killed 17 people and got off after his lawyer's defense was he had fetal alcohol spectrum syndrome, which poisoned him in the womb. He was poisoned in the womb. If that isn't the perfect argument to keep abortions, I don't know what is. Yeah, I didn't think that one would go great. Oh, I don't want to have kids because I'm obviously mentally fucked up. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And if apples are falling from this tree, they're probably rotten, so swallow these seeds at your own risk. But I feel like adopting kids is a lot like bobbing for apples. Just close your eyes and pick which one feels best in your mouth. Thank you, everybody. I'm Austin Ingalls.
Austin Ingalls, everybody. Austin Ingalls. Austin talked a little bit about jerking off tonight. I want to talk to you guys about something. I want to clear the air about something. I feel like I need to disprove something for you. You guys know that urban legend that if you jerk off too much, you're going to start growing hair on your palms? That's some bullshit, guys. That's some fucking bull. I've been trying to test this hypothesis for years. Every fucking wintertime, I'm trying to get some hairy palms. I'm trying to get my free gloves, man. You know, winter shit's expensive, man. I want my free gloves. But it doesn't work. I don't get fucking free gloves. I just get ruined socks. That's all I have. Gotta update my wardrobe every fucking Playboy magazine, man. I gotta fix some shit up. You guys, I'll tell you this. When I was younger, my dad would get like really mad at me when it comes to the car. Like I get into like some serious trouble with the car. And well, in my defense, guys, I thought AAA meant you're doing really good in school. I thought that was good. Like there were girls in my inbox saying, you know, like they got double D's. I'm like, oh fuck, they're down to fail. You know, that's not good. They're not doing good. That's the reaction I thought that joke would get, if I'm being honest. Okay, we'll keep this show moving, guys. We got some more comics. We got like 1 billion more comics. On deck, we have, fuck. All right, on deck, we got On deck, we got Pablo coming up to the stage right now. Please make some noise. Jake McDowell, everybody. Jake McDowell.
I just had to make sure it wasn't wet before I started. Also, JC, you said something about hairy palms, and never jerked off a day in my life. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you. That's grody. Real gross. I've been a trickster my whole life. I always like to play a good joke, you know, Austin? So when I was 10 years old, my dad taught me how to make coffee for him because he was a lazy piece of shit. And so I made coffee for him one morning, and I thought it would be real funny if I put a little bit of Hershey's chocolate syrup in the bottom of the cup, you know? And I went down and checked on it, and I was like, hey, Dad, how was your coffee? Was it good? Did you like your coffee? And he got suspicious. He's like, what'd you do to it, Jake? And I was like, oh, I just put a little bit of Hershey's chocolate syrup at the bottom, and he was pissed. He was so mad at me. And I was like, how are you going to get mad at me for inventing the mocha, you know? All right, that was funnier than you guys let on, but it's okay. Have you guys heard of race baiting? You guys heard of this? Yeah? One person? Cool. For me, race baiting is when me and the homies sit in a circle and see who can come first. That's, okay, that was also funnier than you guys let on. Hey, man, we got 7 minutes. I can keep fucking going all day, you know? Okay, something else. Oh, all right. So a lot of people have been talking about sex and stuff with their genitals, and I'm no better than they are, so here we go. I had a friend of mine, grown man, an adult. He looked at me and he's like, Jake, I don't think I could suck a dick for $1 million. And I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, the fact that you think you even garnish $1 million reward for sucking a dick with no experience? Don't think so, buddy. Don't think so. But he's like, he looked at me very seriously. He's like, Jake, I don't think I would like it. You know, I don't think I'd be into it. I was like, yeah, probably not. But lesbians had to find that out for free. So you better suck that dick. One lesbian in the crowd. All right. That's cool. Here's the other thing. Like, the only way you should not suck a dick for $1 million, dude, is if you already have $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, if you have $999,000 in the bank, you better suck that dick, dude. Like, who the fuck? I don't know. Like, what are you trying to be the poster boy for poverty? What's going on here? Like, you won't suck a dick for $1 million? $1 million, Austin. I'd suck a dick for $1,000 right now. What's up? Meet me after the show. like, $20. All right, dude. Don't try to undercut me at my own show right now, dude. Like, not cool, dude. Okay. So, all right, you guys are not into the dick sucking. That's cool. That's fine. I'm a licensed massage therapist. How about that? How about that? So you will respect me, okay? For the rest of the show, you will respect me. Oh, man. Thank you. No, thank you. You led me into my next point. A lot of people have the same stupid fucking response to me being a licensed massage therapist. They're like, oh, do you do happy endings? And I'm like, no, Chad, I do happy beginnings. Whip out that dick, dude. Pull it out right now, fucking big guy. Pull out your dick, dude. I'll hold your walker while you do it. You think I don't fucking know where you are? Come on, there's like 8 people here. One day I was on my way to work to do my non-happy ending massages. And there was this dude laying out in the middle of the street. Like he was a biker, like a bicyclist. He had been hit by a car, and I was like, oh shit. Like, I'm a medical professional. I have to do something about this, you know? And so I stopped my car in the middle of the street, and I got out, and there was already a crowd forming, and I was like, stop everybody, I'm a licensed massage therapist. And they all were like, what? They gave me this look, they're like, what? And I guess they had just never seen a licensed medical massage therapist in their presence before, and so they were kind of taken aback, right? And I was like, oh yeah, here's the hamstring muscle right here. It's still working like it's supposed to. Here's their trapezius, and he wasn't responding to anything I was doing. And the one lady was like, oh, I hope you have somebody better than you on their way. And I was like, don't worry, my chiropractor is on the way right now, guys. He's gonna be here. You know, it's not every day that you run into a licensed massage therapist. So I get, like, why you guys are so quiet and kind of... You're shell-shocked. I get it. You know? I do not do happy endings. I do happy the whole time you're there. You know? Like, it's like a kiss to your... I don't know where I'm going with this. It's really good, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a licensed medical massage therapist. I'm a licensed comedian also. I'm very good at this, as you guys know by now. How much time do I have, JT? You're walking up here. Why are you walking up here? 1 minute? Who just called me baby? Oh, somebody was saying that you should, if you feel bad about jerking off to your friends, then they're the one. But I just want everybody to know that I've never felt bad about jerking off to anybody that I've ever jerked off to. So I guess I'm in love with all of you. Oh, okay, all right. So I have 1 minute. I'm gonna use this 1 minute for this very good joke that I wrote last night in my sleep. So there's 3 areas that have opinions about this. On the West and the East Coast, it's called soda, right? And in the South, for some stupid fucking reason, it's called Coke, right? And Coke, by the way, is like, hey, I want a Coke. And then they're like, what do you want? And you're like, a Sprite. And you're like, why did you fucking call it a Coke in the first place? Just say you want a Sprite. That's super simple. But Southerners are stupid and they want to sound smart, so they make extra rules to this shit, right? And in the Midwest, we just say pop because that's right? And it's so weird. Like, I don't know how to explain that it's right, except one of my favorite bands and one of the best bands of all time, Hanson, wrote a song called Pop, Doop, Dap, Bat, Doop, Bop, Ooba, Dap, Bat, Doop, Pop. And so that's how you know that that's the right one, because Do you guys get it? Because it's like really bop, but I said pop to make this joke work. Austin, we're a bunch of fucking ingrate idiots, dude. I'm a fucking licensed massage therapist, dude. These guys don't know shit. All right, so he's out there talking. That's cool. I'm gonna keep going. I used to do heroin. Anybody? Anyone? No, you didn't, sir. You did pain pills because he conned them from your doctor because you pretended to have a bad knee or something. By the way, I'm a licensed massage therapist. I can help you out there. Anyways, I don't do heroin anymore, and people are like, oh, how could you get involved in something like heroin? Heroin's awful. And I'm like, no, it's pretty good. Actually, that's how I got addicted to it. But then when I got clean, I was just having a hard time like adjusting to like real life. You're a lesbian, you get it, you know. And so I was like, hey, what do I do? And they're like, just do something you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. So I started selling heroin, guys. And guys, my name's Jake McDowell. Thank you so much. Remember, I'm a licensed massage therapist.
Give it up for the licensed massage therapist, everybody. For a while, I thought Jake McDowell was a chiropractor for some reason. That happened for a bit. Jake mentioned lesbians earlier. Guys, fun fact, when I was going to college, I used to watch lesbian porn to make doing homework go by way faster. Scissors beats papers, motherfuckers. Fucking got him. We're gonna keep this show rolling. On deck, we got Micah Drawl. But coming up to the stage right now, please give it up for Pablo Ramos, everybody. Pablo Ramos. Pablo.
Thank you, nephew. I'm Pablo. I lost a bunch of weight. It's Corona. I got Corona. Also, I like to call that the government tried to kill me twice. Yeah, assassination twice by COVID. I'm still alive, government. Also, I'm losing my voice, so fuck that shit. I don't give. I'm dying. I'm dying, nephew. I don't care. I can't read. Oh, that's backward. You guys go to Olive Garden at all? Yeah? You know why you go there? They say, when you hear your family, because it's, you know why they call the breadstick, they call it breadstick inbred, because it's family. I set it up wrong. I'm gonna get it next week. I have a dad. You guys have a dad? My dad still do this shit to me. I'm 40-something years old now. My dad goes, if your stepmom find out about this, she's gonna kill you. I'm like, Dad, I'm 43 years old. You know what happened when a stepmom gets in trouble? I'll fuck her. I don't know why you're still doing that. I'm not in high school anymore. Wow, I'm killing tonight. Jake, you want to suck a dick for $1 million? I had to suck a dick for a green card one time. It's not $1 million, but I got French fries out of it. It's good. It's a good time. Also, sucking dick's probably not that bad. You're probably just gonna lose your voice a little. I've been sucking the government dick since I got to the United States. Yeah. I still make $7 an hour. As a welder. I'm a welder. Anybody here a welder? It's not even because I'm good. I just fit in the hole, Austin. I can hear my voice. It don't even sound like me at all. It doesn't not sound like me. That's why I'm recording it. Because I think the government's trying to kill me. It's that Corona shit. No. It's $7. It costs to drink Corona. I wrote that down. Okay, that was my good time. It's the best night I've had. This my first time doing comedy, so fuck you idiots. I got all these jokes that I wrote down. I think when people say, hey, you gotta eat gourmet food and drink wine, that's a crack of shit, you know? You know how much gourmet costs? $7,000. You go to fucking Hy-Vee and get $7 a tomato. Just put that in your sandwich. It's gourmet, I think. Gourmet just costs much. It just costs a lot. It just costs that much to do it. To be gourmet. To be a bitch. To be a little bitch. I'm just angry now because I can't read anything. You guys ever seen dick pic to someone? And be like, is that an eggplant? Like, no, it's my dick. She's like, well, no thank you. I try to write jokes, Austin ain't going, it didn't happen. Also, I sound really weird. I sound like a 14-year-old boy just got fucked in the ass. And just trying to be a man. What the fuck is going on here? My God, it's so weird. All right, I'm gonna shut that off. If you don't see me tomorrow, I'm probably dead. I'm probably dead. So just do that. Not because I killed myself, because this Corona is killing me. The government is trying to kill me. Every time I try and drink, have a good time. You guys know that you have to wear a mask now again in Illinois? I'm done. I'm done wearing a mask. I should though, because Halloween. I don't want to scare the kids anymore. I think my boots is too big for my feet. But that's what they give me for the government issue. So I have to go do that. What I want to talk about. When I got drunk earlier and I was watching a porno. Here's what I like about pornos, man. They're not real. That's why I like it. You know what I mean? Because my stepmom would never fuck me. In porno, it happens a lot. My stepmom just sends me on goddamn fucking. Well, that was in high school. I was in my room. Well, I masturbate anyway. This was in high school, whatever. You guys ever seen a Filipino in real life? That's what it looks like. Just dumbass motherfucker without a voice. I don't have any voice anymore. I'm trying because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the government. My voice was. I had a beautiful voice. And I had a good song. I was a really good singer, you know. And I was singing to my dog, and my dog ran away today. Like, what the fuck, Rocky? Yeah, he did. Also, because I let him out because fuck him. He always want to leave, so just go, Rocky. Who else gonna fuck? I hope he got run over. Actually, fuck that guy. No one loves him but me, but he was like, fuck you, man, I'm running away. It's fine. I ate my dog when I was a kid. It's not my fault. My stepdad did it. But he brought tears to my eyes, though, because it's my best friend, you know. But also because my stepdad, he put too much Thai pepper on him. I couldn't eat it. Oh, this microphone. I'm not gonna really throw it out. You guys scared? I heard you scrambling like a little bitch. All right. Sorry, time. Come back. Yeah, come on. Come on. You don't gotta light me up. I should have light me up 3 minutes ago. You guys have a good night. People trying to have a good time.
My uncle, everybody. Pablo, everybody. My uncle Pablo. I don't know if Mike's got the Rona or not, so, you know. We're going to keep this show rolling. On deck, we got CJ Qualls. I hope I didn't fuck up that last name. If I did, sorry. no backsies. Yep. All right, coming up right now, please make some noise. The legend himself, the Filipino sensation, Mike Cadrales, everybody. Mike Cadrales.
Yes, I am Mike Cadrales. No, my name is Pablo. We tried to pull you because, you know, he's practically my twin, just that what he lacks in size, he makes up for a dick size. So, yeah, and me, I'm the opposite, so. How's it going, everybody? Oh, man, crazy night tonight. Man, it's crazy shit. See Nathan Coots here, coming in the hoverboard. Austin Ingalls being Batman. No, seriously, man. I mean, when I found out that Austin Ingalls was performing, I didn't know about it. I didn't even know he came here today. And so he shows up, and I say, Austin Ingalls, oh my God, comes at me like he's about to attack me, like Batman. And I swear to God, I think, I kid you not, I believe that he's probably got a 10-year-old in his basement groomed to, you know, wear tights and be his little partner. But that's another story for another day. So anyway, I know what you're all thinking right now. Yeah, either you're a fat Mexican or a flamboyant Samoan. But to answer your question, I am Mexican. Thank you for the support. But you're all probably wondering, yeah, how did your fat ass wiggle under the fence? And I'll just answer your question. Just picture a watermelon going through a cheese grater. But you see, I get no love for being a fat guy. For example, Halloween, like one year I dressed up as a Swedish chef, and people thought I was a Pillsbury Doughboy. That one year I didn't wear a costume, all I wore was a red sweatshirt. Man, I walk in the place, people start calling out, hey, Kool-Aid! But last year, I dressed as a mummy, and I won. Not for the most scariest, for most original. That's right, they thought I was the Michelin Man. But anyway, you know, with this whole thing going on, and with, you know, COVID and the pandemic, and, you know, everybody, everybody staying indoors, it kind of got me an idea, a marketing idea. I'm thinking about opening my own food truck, like a little burger joint food truck. And, you know, I want it to be unique. So I thought I'd come up with the idea of doing something like the Hard Rock Cafe. But, you know, knowing the Hard Rock name is probably copyrighted, so I'm probably going to switch the two around. And on top of that, too, being, you know, having the word burger joint, I know it's going to probably cost me a whole bunch of money just to put all the letters together. So I thought it's probably just take the first two letters from each word. So anyway, so I thought I'd just make it into the Rock Hard BJ. And, you know, and people be wondering, well, what are you going to sell this Rock Hard BJ? And it's going to be like, you know, music artists named food items. I mean, you could get like a Jimmy Buffett bacon cheeseburger, a Green Day guacamole and chips, AC/DC Caesar salad, and probably, you know, come to think of it, an Elton John fruit salad don't sound bad either. But I think the biggest seller of them all is going to be the pink taco. That's right, a pink taco. Think about it, guys. Think about it. Wouldn't you love to have a hot, juicy, meaty pink taco in your mouth right now? Yes. I mean, just imagine the juices dripping, you know. And I know what you're probably wondering. It's that, Pablo, is there going to be a hair on that pink taco? And I say no. Well, it's because we wear hairnets. So yes, come down to the Hard Rock DJ for the hairless pink taco. Anyway, that's about my time anyway, so I had nothing else to plan. Here you go, Pablo.
Thanks, not Pablo. All right. We got a few more comics going on tonight. If you'd like to get on stage, tell some jokes, just hit me up. We've got a few more comics on deck. We got Pipes, but coming up to the stage right now, please make some noise. CJ Qualls, everybody. CJ Qualls.
Yeah, this is actually a cane holder, not a mic holder, if I use it right. Whew. All right, howdy, everyone. Glad to be back here in the Midwest. I'm very excited. I do have some notes after trying to be heckled by all these other comedians tonight, and I do appreciate the effort. Sorry. I was told there was going to be a ton of people here today. I just thought it'd be a whole lot more smaller people. Oh, that was good. All right, come on. But no, I can't say that I've ever really given out a blowjob, at least not for $1 million. The one time I might have came close, it was for that extra nugget sauce at McDonald's. I mean, they're real tight with those damn things. So, close as I came, and I said, fuck it, I got a bottle of ranch in the house. My heroin dealer, this is actually a great story. I'm on a lot of drugs, by the way, and we'll get in that story here in a minute. But my heroin dealer is really awesome, though I do believe he used to work as a general manager for Kohl's. The first time I went to him, he said normally it's like $120, but for the friends and family deal, we're going to give it to you for $80. And I got back home and went to open my package and unwrap it, and there was a $20 coupon for the next hit. So just keep you coming back for that shit. But I've been gone from here for over 30 years now. It seems like now, though, I'm at that age, the only time I come back is for funerals. So I was here last year for my dad's funeral. So I'm very excited about that. But this time I'm came back for my own funeral. So, I'll break off the Band-Aid. I have terminal cancer, which is why I'm doing open mic nights. It's been on one of my bucket lists to do stand-up comedy, and standing is really actually kind of difficult for me. So this works out good. I am a member of the Cancer Club. It's a little different than Fight Club, right? Our first rule is you tell everybody. We kind of stole that from the vegans. But they told me, I'm beating the odds. They told me I had about 8 months. I'm on somewhere around month 13, I think, now. People are saying, yeah. My coworker's pissed off because he had me for January last year in the pool. But I did find out I am getting disability soon. My first check comes in March, so he's now doubled down for April 1st. It's about the way that shit works, right? But yeah, some people are like, yeah, you're on borrowed time. I'm like, no, I'm on extra innings. I'm going to go down swinging, right? Everybody dies. I'm just winning. Yeah. But I found out the hard way about what was going on here. I'd been in a lot of pain and had gone to urgent care one night. I couldn't walk at all. And I get in there and they do an x-ray and all that, and they prescribed me to physical therapy. I came into urgent care at 5 p.m. on a Friday for one reason only. Just like everybody else that was in that room, they wanted drugs. So did I. So I had to follow up with a real doctor because that guy wasn't going to give me shit. And because I wanted, like I said, I needed drugs, not help touching my toes. And they gave me some drugs, and they said, yeah, we're going to set you up for MRI. They'll call you to schedule this. I'm like, all right, great. 2 weeks go by, nobody has called me. So I tried calling. It seems like every button combination you press led only to billing. Don't know how the hell that works. I felt like I was calling one of those 900 sex numbers, right? Lovely young nurses in your area are waiting to speak with you. Just $3.99 a minute. Adults only. They finally made an MRI, right? They said, hey, you're going to come in Wednesday, and we're going to follow up with the doctor on Monday, right? They called me on Friday. Shit. Something ain't right. Yeah, somebody had to change their tea time. So I come in there, and the nurse is there, and she's got my record, and her hands are shaking, right? And she puts up the MRI on the screen, and I'm like, I've seen a few MRIs, and I'm like, this doesn't look right. So this looks like the scrambled Playboy channel. Am I getting titties? I think I saw a nipple. No. It was a tumor the size of a grapefruit in my spine right here. Which is, the fucked up part of that is most of the medications I take tell me I can't take it with grapefruit. So we go to the oncologist, right? He wants to do his own MRI. He wants to do a brain scan, a bone scan, biopsy, pap smear. Consults his magic 8-ball. He comes back, he's like, yep, terminal kidney cancer. Shit. But it's not like the movies. They don't tell you, hey, you got 3 months. We kind of had to beat it out of him. I go, well, how long? What do you think? He goes, I wouldn't renew your Costco membership. Joke's on him. I just bought a gallon jug of my favorite body wash, so I'm good, right? But it's been over a year, man. We had a huge celebration, right? I got one of those yard signs. It had a shirtless Terry Crews from the Old Spice ads. I went, I got to go to got a cupcake with sprinkles. I think it did come from Crumble. And then, went down to Target, bought me a new 20-ounce bottle of Old Spice Eagle Fang body wash. But in all this, I realized I just didn't have a lot of time for shit anymore, right? I won't put up with people's shit. I'm sorry. I'm a little cut and dry with things now. And I've been reevaluating everything in my life, whether it's 30 minutes or 30 seconds. For instance, I skipped right to the season finale of Stranger Things. No fucking clue what's going on, right? But I'm gonna finish that. I'm finishing this season, right? Oh God. What was the other one we did? We skipped a lot of drugs, man. 245 pills a week, and then a little heroin on top. That helps. Got it. Is he the one with the happy endings? I can't remember. Yeah, all right, perfect. He tries. I've had those hand jobs before. I've been married for 30 years. So, she's not here. Shh. Yeah, but my mom is. Fuck. I'm glad she's interested in my hand jobs. Maybe I should have been one. No. 30 minutes or 30 seconds, right? That's what I was talking about, whatever. But, it's like, I'm eating cold pockets now. I ain't got time for that shit to warm up. I just walk around with that in my pocket. Eventually I'll thaw out enough to chew it. And red lights? Watch out, you see a fucking blue Tesla blowing through an intersection? That might be my best bet at beating kidney cancer. But hey, thank you guys very much for your time. I'm CJ Qualls. I'm beating cancer, all right?
CJ Qualis, everybody. Oh, man. Applause for him. Yeah. We'll get an elevator for Village Theater 2.0. All right. We're going to keep this comedy game rolling. We got a couple more comments for you. On deck, we got Nikki, but coming up to the stage right now, please make some noise for Pipes, everybody. Pipes.
All right, I know you guys can do better than that. He said, welcome me to the stage. Let me hear ya. All right. I usually am not that bold. We'll start off. We got to put this down for a minute. You guys see they got a, oh, yeah, I'll find it. Thank you, though. There's a couple bowls by the front door there, and just full of condoms, and it's just crazy. So I picked out a few. I got them in a sock. That's funny shit, man. Why did I just happen to have a sock in my pocket? I don't know. The dryer is a weird place. All right. Now, when I was a kid, it was basic, simple. I mean, you had to beg the pharmacist for them. There was no walking in the pharmacy. Hey, I need condoms. I'm getting laid. No, it was all hush, hush, hush. Now they got Lucky Boy on the front of them. Mint-flavored condom. It has an ice cream cone. If these were drugs, this would be against the law to kind of advertising because of little kids want it. It's got an ice cream cone that says vanilla. This one says want one. It's got a girl in tears, a little character in tears on a condom. Why? This one says surprise. They've got one that says, oh, another fresh mint. And there's one that has a little kitten on it with its, like it's going to rip something apart. Yeah, I want to put my cock into something that's going to look like that. That's a little scary. But the thing I find interesting is, now this is a great organization. You can see through the one side. It's from the QC Harm for dealing with the being addicted to drugs. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, but it's something that's going on. These guys are a great organization. But you can see how big it is here. And they have some magnums back there. You can see how big that is. Yeah, there should be definitely having some damn problems if you're thinking about what's going on. What the hell is a magnum going to be if this is what your average condom is? Guys, look at your ladies. If she's palpitating, you better start bulking up. Anyway, there's been just a lot of changes in the world now. I'm almost 60, and let's hear it for the gentleman with the cancer. I mean, that was really brave, him coming up and doing that stuff. And he said he had like 8 months or something. He got the 13th. I think you need to get a second opinion. You know, see what those guys are not. They are just practicing medicine, just practicing. Yes, that's why our legal system's so screwed up, because you got people that are just practicing law. There's nobody that does it for real. It's all practice. And now one of the things I really have been noticing a lot of is there's the television stuff now. There's so many channels. I get in, I'm like, an hour later, I'm still trying to find a channel to look at because all this stuff is just endless. It all goes on forever. But they never give you enough information. Just a little bit, and then you got to sit there, and 30 seconds later, okay, that was a waste of time. All this television, where's all this stuff coming from? It's getting more and more and more. Think it's on YouTube and tons of stuff. There's all these television shows. It's like there's that new one out there. I don't know if it's gonna get picked up. It was like a pilot. It was called Jacked or Jilled, the transgender game show. And they had like celebrity judges. And it was like people would come on and the judge would have to guess if they transgendered yet. I don't know what that word would be. I don't understand the alphabet soup group anyway. But they had this dude was there, and I guess it was. You can't really see too much because they kind of little screen. Who was that one? Oh, Barbara Walters. She'd always have that silk screen or something they would film her through to hide her wrinkles or whatever. But so you can kind of tell. And they say, the judges are talking to them, oh man, and I was like, honey, please, you're just gonna have to. Please just go on home, please, because you're just gonna make an ugly woman. And you hear this voice say, "Well, why do you think I changed?" Oh, you guys are rough and hard tonight. Bet you could fill those condoms up pretty good, easy. Anyway, I'll pick this up so I can pick my nose. And, no, we won't do that to you. I think that'll be it for tonight. Oh, speaking of that, oh my goodness, mess on your stage. I forgot about it. You can pick your friends. You can't pick your family or something like that, but you don't pick your ass because if you do, you're going to end up shitting your pants. So you ever do that and you think you're going to just scratch your ass and all of a sudden you realize that you are in the process of full evacuation and you're going to shit your pants? Do you think you can stop it? No, you're not going to stop it. So don't even try to stop it. If you just enjoy it because there's not a thing you can do about it, and if you try to stop it, it could hurt something. Like our pleasure watching you go through tournament shirting your pants. Dry mouth. Too much weed. Good night. There is no such thing as too much weed. And give it up for your host. This guy rocks it.
Too much weed. Same. That is me, guys. You guys, I'm gonna get real controversial with y'all right now. You guys know JFK? You guys know JFK, that old rascal JFK? I bet you guys didn't know this, but JFK actually had a lot in common with homeless people. All he needed was a roof. JFK might have called some fancy car rides back in the day. He might have called shotgun. Somebody else called sniper. Shot him. That was my impression of Lee Harvey Oswald, everybody. You guys, there's a family name for everything. There's mama's boy, daddy's girl, uncle's victim. Fucking slate them. I already did the bird watching joke, didn't I? Fuck. Hey, you guys fuck around with demolition derbies at all? You guys, shut up. You guys fuck around with demo derbies? Here's the thing, guys. Do you think demolition derbies are a creative outlet for drunk drivers? Yeah, fucking all right? Like, here's the thing. If you get into a car accident at a demolition derby, like right after the derby, that's not a car accident, okay? That's just an audition. That's all that is. Demolition derby's telling me that me, as a civilian, I can't just, enter a demolition derby, all willy-nilly like that. I need a special license to participate in a demo derby. And I think that's bullshit, guys. I don't need a special license to crash my car. I just need 4 shots of Fireball. That's all I need. You guys a fan of? Okay, I'll tell this one last one. All right, you guys a fan of Wet Dreams? Is this a Wet Dream fucking crowd? Guys, I love Wet Dreams. All right, that's like going to a strip club for free. It's fantastic. I just feel bad for anybody who goes a lifetime, a whole lifetime, without ever having a wet dream experience. I feel sorry for them. How ugly do you have to be for your own imagination to not want to fuck you? No, got him. All right, we got one more comic for y'all. Please make shot him indeed. Shot him indeed. Please make some noise for Nikki, everybody. Nikki. Nikki!
When I said I wasn't going to do this anymore, I lied. Sorry about that. My name's Nikki. I've been scaring at a haunt yesterday. Y'all know what Skeleton Manor is? Woo! Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So I have an interesting character story for my character that I played last night. I was a vampire lady that was inspired by a cross between my aunt and Elizabeth Bathory. And this is why. Christmas has always been interesting with my aunt because she always loses something and yells at us when she can't find it. So, me being who I am, you know, I'm like, I'm looking up to all my family members. So we're like, well, okay, we're looking up to Aunt Rhonda today. We're gonna scream at somebody for I can't find my axe. And half the time, people thought I said ass. And I was like, maybe I can't find that either. I don't know. It's cold in here. So that was interesting. Some people thought I said X. I'm like, oh, I don't want to find that one. It's fine. You can keep him. Who cares? So recently, I went to go see my nephew, and he's adorable still. So my favorite thing that my nephew does is dress up as the Scream character and try to scare me. But little does he know that I work at a haunted house. Doesn't really quite work like that, you know. So what I'm gonna do up here is also tell you another story because half of you are sitting there with a dead face, and I don't know. I've seen a lot of those in the last 24 hours. I actually went through the haunt before I came here, just so that I would know what a dead face looks like. And let me tell you, some of you got it spot on. Congratulations. So I went to the Clinton Symphony Orchestra concert about 2 weeks ago. I used to be on the board there for a year doing the grant research. And I decided to make an appearance as a comedian now so that they can all look down on me even more that I'm not doing their board research. And so I decided to go outside of the doors and with my kazoo here because, you know, I have a Common Core kazoo. And I just decided their whole theme was the cold premiere, because it's getting cold out, obviously. They needed to make that known. Nobody knew. Did you know? Like, nobody knew? Okay. So, me being who I am, I dress up as like an Elsa off-brand character, and I just start saying, and I'm sure Nancy Molly appreciated that so much. Bless her heart, she's vice president. I love Nancy Molly. She gives me like all the references, and you know, sometimes I'll still get to hand out cookies because they need people. But yeah. So that was my kazoo impression that I did outside of the door. I did it outside the doors. I did not do that in the orchestra. No, instead I fell on the stairs and going up to watch the orchestra. And those stairs, let me tell you, I graduated Clinton High School. And those stairs are concrete. Those stairs are not kind. Those stairs are just as bad as my aunt screaming at me, "Has anybody seen my shoes?" on Christmas morning, and you're just like, I'm sorry, I'm not a size 7, Aunt Rhonda. Size 9s aren't gonna need your shoes. So that's all the time I got here today, folks. Thanks.
We gotta have that happen one more time, right? Yeah. Guys, we'll do a quick little hot minute if any of y'all comics want to volunteer. Anyone got a hot minute in them? And this opens the floor to anybody else too. Comic or audience member, if you want to just tell 1 minute of jokes, you know, come on up. Okay, you know what? Let me get this started. We'll say some things real quick, okay? I want to tell you guys something. I want to get real controversial here. I'll start the hot minute right now. Guys, have you guys ever noticed how fucking long it takes to pour a glass of root beer? It's too fucking long, guys. It's too fucking long. I want my root beer. I want it now. I want it now. Listen, root beer, these bubbles, man, they're taking their sweet ass time, these bubbles. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. These bubbles make me fucking impatient, motherfuckers. I'm sick of these motherfucking bubbles in my motherfucking root beer. Alright? This is not a root beer float. My ice cream has melted by now. This is a root beer suck, motherfuckers. Alright? There's so many fucking bubbles. Am I drinking soda or am I drinking a jacuzzi? Make up your mind. But you know what? I shouldn't complain all that much, though. I have it easy, okay? I can enjoy my root beer. But what about, like, the unfortunate people? What about people who are allergic to root beer? You ever notice how long it takes to pour a glass of root beer? You ever notice how long it takes to get root beer out of me? Root beer float, more like root beer throat. That's a new one. All right, hot minutes. Does anyone want to do a hot minute? Nathan, get up here.
Thank you, sir. Hot minute, yes. Jake McDowell said that he'd never jerked off a day in his life. You still here, Jake? No? I've also never jerked off a day in my life, but that's just because I'm a night guy. I had a funny interaction the other day. I was at a bar, and I was walking past a couple of gay guys having a conversation. They were pretty clearly gay. I'm on the gay thing tonight. I don't know what the deal is. My psychologist probably does. So I was walking past these gay guys, and I overheard something, so I had to stop. I said, sorry, what are you guys talking about? And one of them said, straight guys and dicks. I said, come again? Which, in retrospect, not the greatest thing to say to a gay guy in a bar. But I said, so what's the deal with straight guys and dicks? And the other one said, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. I was like, man, I wish this was a true story, not something I made up for a joke. You guys know what the most disappointing thing is in a joke for me?
Okay. I got it on this time. Cool. All right. You guys, I'm not a very religious person. The one thing I never understood with religious people is when they would wear the cross, the pendants around their neck. Because here's the thing. Jesus died on the cross. Why would you wear the symbol, the thing that played a role in killing your leader? It's like when JFK got killed, no one was wearing a necklace of the CIA. Conspiracies in the crowd, bitch. Conspiracies. I will tell you this, guys. Bombing in stand-up comedy has definitely helped me out in the dating world, because it's like if somebody's laughing at literally every fucking thing you tell them, it's like, girl, I bomb every other Tuesday and Sunday. You're flirting. Girl, I know you want this dick, girl. I know you fucking want this dick. Is funny, but it's not that fucking funny, girl. I know you want this dick. Hot minute. That's true. Not if she's a lesbian. I gotta up my not flirting on lesbian game. All right.
Actually, it took me a fucking minute to get up on stage, so there's my hot minute. Anyway, JT, you were talking about Harry Palms, masturbating, right? Anyway, I'll tell you the truth, that is true, though. You do get Harry Palms. I know, because I get it a lot. But luckily for me, I donate all my hair to the Locks of Love, so that's why I don't have Harry Palms. Hot minute. Or hot 45 seconds, I guess.
Do you want to do? Yeah, fuck it. Do it.
Thank you guys again. I'm back. I did step outside a minute ago, and Shaggy, they are putting a boot on the machine. I know I grew up poor, right? We were talking about this morning with my mom over here. Yeah, okay, you can act like you're not here. That's great. It just makes it better for me. we knew we grew up poor, right? We lived in the projects growing up, and there's 3 projects in our back downtown Galesburg there, and two of them are good. One of them is the bad one, right? Because the 2 good ones, right? You could walk to the Flavor Freeze, and the other one was behind the Taco Hideout. Great places to go. The third one, maybe on Friday and Saturday, the skating rink might be open, but nobody had $6 for a pizza tenderloin, and they didn't take food stamps. So a really shit location there. But I knew I grew up poor, but I didn't know I was poor white trash until I was one day in my new neighborhood. And where I live down in Charlotte, we all have these 3,000 square foot brick homes on big green lots. And they all have Volvos and some kind of doodle of some kind, right? It's a requirement in my neighborhood. We got golden. Somebody's got a pincher doodle or Doba doodle. I don't know why the fuck you would want to do that, but they've got one. So I'm telling the story about, we'd moved to Missouri with her third husband. And argue all you want, that's fine. I forgot, I'm the bastard. But we'd moved to Missouri with her third husband, and the projects there we lived in, we had a get-and-go gas station right outside. And what was awesome about that was, one, somebody cut a hole through the fence so we could walk through easier. And then when you got there, you could go down. She'd send me down there every morning, right? And get her Pepsi, 47 cents. Oh, not yet. Not yet. You were there, right? 47 cents, man, for a Diet Pepsi, 3 times a day. You got 50 cents change back because they do not have food coins, right? You just got real coins. Shit, you can use that on anything. So you go down there 3 times by the day, you get $1.56, which just about at that time was enough money for a pack of Benson and Hedges 100s, menthol. Right, we lived in the projects. You had to smoke menthol because or else you had nothing to trade. So for 3 purple $1 bills or $1 coupons, you could get a half a 6-pack and a pack of smokes, which was a great deal. And so as I was telling this to my neighbors, they had a bunch of questions like, what the fuck are the projects? Or what's a food stamp? So I'm spending a lot of time Googling it and showing them what the hell this shit is. And it's crazy because on eBay, you can actually buy old $1 food stamps. They're not worth shit. But if you want to traumatize a family member, put them in their stocking. The other thing I heard was that, you can also buy a gift card to Goodwill, too, if you really want to fuck with them. Buy yourself something nice, but nothing really nice. So that's how I found out we were poor white trash, was I was trying to explain this to, this girl from Florida who was picking up a wine glass with her toes. I mean, she was classy because her toes were painted. But still. Then I found out we were racist because my mom was telling me she was going to retire, which I know how much money she's got. She's not going to retire. But she wanted to move to Kingsport, Tennessee. I said, why Kingsport? She said the consumer price index there was like 0.83, and they're 97% white. So in our small town, I said, 1,000 black people, just one too many? She's like, no, I ain't got no problem with the Negroes. Some damn fucking Asians. All right, no? Okay. I thought I'd test it. Thanks. Free mic. I can't complain a little bit.
That's our hot minute, everybody. Please make some noise, every performer that you've seen tonight. Please keep coming out, guys, supporting live local comedy. We do this every other Sunday. My goofy ass, pot smoking ass will be hosting this every other Sunday. You'll catch us the next time on the 30th. It'll be spooky little October 30th open mic. Well, yeah, we're going to be putting on some costumes. What am I wearing? We'll come in 2 weeks and find out. What is every one of us wearing? It's a fucking mystery. You got to come out and see whatever the fuck. Maybe we'll be zombies. Maybe we'll be on a fucking hoverboard like Nathan Kuhn. We'll all just be Nathan Kuhn, Marty McFly. Shit, I don't know. I'm riffing right now. If you want to catch some more shows coming up soon, we got, oh yeah, look, check this out. Holy Smokes, October 21st. That's this coming Friday here at the Village fucking Theater. There's Titties for Kitties, October 28th. That's the next Friday, I believe. And then if you want to see some more comedy, Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 22nd, will be Broken Saddle. They'll be doing the second round for their little competition there. And of course, you'll see us 2 Sundays from now, guys. Keep supporting live local comedy. Keep enjoying it. Thank you guys for coming out. Name's JT Cage. Fucking. All right, well, thank you guys for coming out. Want to see 2 more comics? Fuck it. Chicken Bone, come on up.
Yeah, hi, I'm the world's biggest dickhead. All right, comedy is not pretty, I'm living proof. Oh, shit, we had to go look at something. Me and my lover, I'm just best friend, my comedy friend Doug and I had to. How are you, everybody? We still alive? Okay. All right, well, I'm going to give you a quick 5 minutes. I spent the evening with my daughters. My daughters always come over on Sunday. My daughters, by the way, are adults. And my one daughter lives with me, and we always have dinner together. And I'm going to explain to you folks, do we have anyone out there that has young kids? No. Do we have anyone out there that has grandkids? Yes. You need to talk to your kids to tell them each and every day before they go to bed, if they have little kids in their house, write down 2 sentences. Write down 2 sentences about what their child did that day, even if it's something negative, because eventually you're going to want to read through it and remember the things that went on, okay? And this is little things that, with my pathetic memory, little things that I remember about my children. My youngest daughter always had a sense of humor. My oldest daughter always did things that made me go, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, all right? So that's my youngest daughter. I used to get the girls up on Saturday morning, get them up, make them breakfast, and would sit and watch Bugs Bunny cartoons. The original Warner Brothers cartoons, you know, with all the violence and the shotguns and all that. Teach them about real comedy and real life. My youngest daughter would sit there, 3 years old, and she would lose her mind laughing when Foghorn Leghorn would get his feathers blown off. She's looking, seeing a naked rooster, and she would just laugh hysterically over that. The moment I realized my daughter was a comic genius was several weeks later. We're eating dinner, and my daughter spills corn off the side of her plate. And I looked at her and I showed her, use your fork and your spoon, you scoop it up, you put the corn back on your plate. And she looks at me and she stops and she grins. And these great big baby blue eyes are staring at me and she's smiling. And I go, what? And this little 3-year-old, in her best southern foghorn voice, looked at me and said, fortunately, I kept his numbered for just such an occasion. What life does to her, this kid has a sense of humor. However, that smart-ass sense of humor sometimes turns around and bites you in the ass. When she was older, she was about 6. We're in the house, it's wintertime. She comes walking through the house. She's got her boots, her coat, and her hat, and she just drops them in the living room, and she just walks through the living room. I looked at her and I said, hey. I said, pick up your stuff, your hat, your coat. She goes, yeah. What'd you just say to me? She looks at me, she goes, what? Yeah. I'm sorry, Father. I will clean them up once I get a Kleenex. Her sense of humor is just, and it's never let back. 14 years old, I'm in the backyard. It's springtime. I'm getting ready to set up the garden for the springtime. There's a fence post that we had back there. I had to get out of the garden. It's one of those steel fence posts, got cleats in the bottom, and it's hard as hell to pull out. And I'm sitting there digging, pushing, pulling. I'm throwing everything into it, trying to get this damn post out of the yard. My daughter's now 14. She walks out onto the deck. She looks at me. I'm throwing everything into it. She looks at me and she goes, work that pole, Daddy. Without missing a beat. So I thought I'd get even with her. Several months later, we were doing some volunteer work for marching band. My kids were in marching band. They had a parade, and after the parade, we were taking the flags out of the ground along the avenue. There's my daughter. She's like this, trying to pull a pole out of the ground. I walk by, I go, work that pole, baby. She looks at me and she goes, I am, and I'm going to get rich someday doing this. Now, my other daughter, she's the one that makes you go, what the hell? She didn't have the overdeveloped sense of humor as a young kid, but she did shit that you got to write this stuff down, man, because this stuff's going to happen to you. I'm in the living room. My little daughter's sitting there, and I'm changing her diaper. My older daughter, she's 3 years old. She's in the bathroom because she's a big girl, and she's going by herself in the bathroom. I'm in the middle of this, changing the diaper, and I heard something you are not prepared for. I don't give a shit what book you read, what to expect when you're expecting, what to expect when you have a toddler. How not to fuck up your child's life when she's, no. None of these books have it. They're changing my little girl's diaper, and from the bathroom, I heard, Daddy, come here, quick. Hang on, honey, I'm busy. Daddy, come here, honey, I'll be there in a minute. Daddy, my poop looks like you. To describe it, my 3-year-old was also in preschool. She had taken a poop that looked like the letter U. What she said was, Daddy, my poop looks like you. I was frozen in fear. I'm not going to move. And all of a sudden I realized I can't go look at her poop for 2 reasons. One is I don't want to show her that it's okay to look at other people's poop. That's not okay. That's not how we work as a society. You don't in high school, hey, come here, man, check this out. No, okay? And the other is, what if it looked like me? What the fuck then? Well, you have to go out in the garage and start the fucking car, man. I'm done. But my favorite true story to tell people, my older daughter, Emily, she was about 3 years old. When we got done, church, went to Village Inn. They're on 1st Street, Moline. You can go see the place. It's a moment of, holy shit, this actually happened to me. We got my little one sitting in her little car seat. She's about a year old, feeding her a bottle. My 3-year-old sitting there, my wife and I sitting there. And they bring out the food. My little one gets her dino fries with macaroni and cheese. And she looks around and she goes, "Fuck, Daddy, fuck." Now, I knew at that moment what she meant was fork. Everybody who just cleaned their soul at church was staring at me. What kind of father are you? And I had to prove to them that A, it was just a mistake. It was just a little mistake in words. And B, she didn't learn that word at home. And more importantly, I know how to be a good father. So I looked at her and I picked up the fork. I said, "No, honey, fork. Say fork." She goes, "Fuck. Fuck, Daddy." I can just feel 100 eyeballs burning holes in the side of my head. She said, "No, honey. All right, Daddy up, Daddy up. Can you say door? Door. Floor? Floor. Fork. Fuck." I actually have a degree in secondary education. I can teach my 3-year-old here. I'm a good father. All right, count with Daddy, okay? You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Count, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Fuck. I put $40 on the table, and we got the fuck out of that restaurant. Thank you very much, JT Cage. I love you with all my heart. Thank you, folks.
All right, give it up for Chicken Bone. Like he said, I'm JT Cage. I've come back from the year 2053. Big surprise. CJ is still there. Turns out he was the illegitimate son of Elon Musk. He inherited his entire fortune, and he still can't pay the medical bills. Welcome to America, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming to the stage next, Doug Hernandez. Yeah! And that'd work better if I turned it on. Yeah.
How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for still being here. Appreciate that you're here. Gives us a reason to be here. Because if you weren't here, you'd be there. Wherever that is to you. That's the funny thing about here and there. Here is only here when you're here. There is only there when you're here. It's only when you go there that there becomes here, and what was once here becomes there. I like to start my sets by confusing the audience. But wouldn't it be great if when Jesus returns, he comes back as a porn star and plays himself in the second coming? Oh, that was the groaner. That was the one. That was the line to cross. Okay, that's cool. Well, strap in. No, I said in, Tim. So I asked my mother once if I was an accident, and she said, "No, you weren't an accident. You were a mistake." Oh, well, it groans as good as a laugh, I guess. But as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of her fault. I mean, if you think about it, there is no age under the age of 18 to give up your child for adoption that I know of. And I think it would be hilarious if some guy walks in to an adoption agency and says, "Yeah, I'd like to give up my son for adoption." All right, and how old's your son? Well, he's 16. Well, That's a rather advanced age. Well, he's a rather advanced asshole, so. Said he wishes I wasn't his dad. Wish granted. But I'm also kind of a pain in the ass. I tend to object or at least question most of the things I experience in life. For instance, I saw a commercial for Red Bull, which, why are you advertising? You're everywhere in the world, but okay. And it showed people kayaking and, off-roading and base jumping, and none of that shit's gonna happen. It's a typical marketing trick where they go, if you consume our product, this is the life you can lead. No, that's not what happens with Red Bull. All Red Bull does is keep you awake longer when you're drunk than you should be. And it leads to worse decisions when you're drunk, when you should have just taken your ass to bed. For instance, here's a bad decision when you're drunk. I should call my girlfriend. No, you shouldn't. Here's a bad decision. Here's a worse decision when you're drunk and on Red Bull. I should call my girlfriend. No, I should call my ex-girlfriend. And I know that's true because I've done both. But I overhear things, I observe things. For instance, this was a recent experience. It was actually pretty funny. I was overhearing two coworkers talking about kids. One didn't have kids, one did have kids. And the one who didn't have kids started saying, and to the wrong person, by the way, that the word penis made her uncomfortable. Not cock, not dick, just the word penis. It made her uncomfortable. It's like, I'm going to write that everywhere that you're going to look, just so you know. But then the one who has two boys, she said, well, I hope you don't have boys, because my 4-year-old just discovered a boner the other day, and that was fun. And my only response was, well, I hope it was his. You have to think about the phrasing of my 4-year-old discovered a boner the other day. It could go different ways. But I've been doing comedy now for about, 12 years. Yeah, almost 12 years this November. And it's not the only thing I want to do. I have other ideas in life, like I would like to start, a Star Wars themed 80s cover band called Chewie Lewis and the News. I would like to create a dating app for people who have herpes and call it Herpily Ever After. Someone said that would work. All right, first subscriber. So, but I also I read a lot and I question things a lot. Like if you all remember the alternating currents that wasn't that long ago. There was a really cool chalkboard set up in the park across from the Adler Theater, and it said, before I die, I want to, ... And it had a bunch of blank spaces and a big bucket of chalk, so you could write whatever you wanted. And I thought it was really cool. I'd never seen that before. Very positive. A lot of the messages on there were, before I die, I want to. And some said, go to Greece, learn to speak French, see my kids succeed. A couple negative ones too, like kill all fascists. It's like, oh, okay, I support the idea, but still, that's not the point of this art project. But I saw one that caught my eye. It said, before I die, I want to visit Davenport, Iowa, with a big check mark, like they really accomplished something. And I thought, that's way too easy. That's way too easy. So I thought, what's a simple accomplishment I could write on this board and write a big check mark next to? and immediately I wrote, steal chalk from public park. And I did. That's my time, folks. Thank you so much.
All right, give it up for Doug Hernandez. He was our last comic of the night. I have to admit, I kind of tried to pull a fast one there. My name's Matt Moody. I'm the general manager here. Thank you for coming out to our theater tonight. Once again, this happens every 2 weeks. It's absolutely free to come and see some of great local comedians working out their material. It's just a great time. And incidentally, not only am I the general manager here, I'm also one of those mistakes that Doug was talking about with the alcohol and the Red Bull. That's me. Have a good night, everybody.